The Phoenix Suns are set to pay Devin Booker a record-setting amount of money, and I'm here to tell you why unequivocally it's the right decision, even if you want him off the team. Welcome into a Trending Edition mini-pod. I am Eric, per usual. We got my boy Freckled Mamba behind the Mac, making all of the magic happen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're watching here on YouTube. Audio listeners, you're wonderful, you're amazing. We love you. But please, hit that 5-star review. It helps the show out so much. And I think this is a topic that is surprisingly divisive among Suns fans and non-Suns fans, obviously. And I think for those who believe that Devin Booker deserves his 2-year, $150 million extension, a record-setting annual average for an NBA player, it's a no-brainer. I don't think anybody is on the fence with this one when it comes to Devin Booker. I think there's two very strongly opposing sides. So the sides that believe that Devin Booker deserves this and that it's the right decision for the Suns. And then there's the side that thinks that this is franchise suicide and that signing Devin Booker to a 2-year annual value of $75 million deal is going to take the franchise and take them from contention. I'm here to tell you that that side is not true. And in fact, this is the right decision. But I don't want to discredit some of the worries that people have when it comes to seeing that big number, because I get it. It's a sticker shock, right? And you see Devin Booker, who, in my money, when he's playing at his peak, which I do not believe last season was his peak, I do not believe that he was in the best situation. I think he's a top 10 player. Hell, we've seen him be first team All-NBA. We've seen him be the first banana or 1B at worst on a championship team. I still consider him 1A on that team, on a team that was 2 wins away from the NBA Finals, right? And so I get why, maybe from an outside perspective, or people who don't follow the Suns as much, who are a little bit more of a cynic, would believe that giving a player of Devin Booker's caliber, somebody who admittingly is not a Nikola Jokic, is not a Giannis Antetokounmpo, is not a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is going to be getting less per year than Devin Booker despite signing his extension the same offseason. Now, part of that is the fact that Devin Booker has been in the league for longer, and part of the reason why that number is so high is because Devin Booker has stayed with one franchise the entire time, which is almost unheard of. In fact, he's the only one from his draft class that remains from 2015 with the same team. But put all of that aside, right? The fact that that's just realistically money-wise what the Suns are able to offer. He has absolutely earned it. Now, on the court, maybe you say he doesn't deserve to get paid like a Jokic. He doesn't deserve to get paid like a Giannis. Well, I'm telling you this. If they had a chance to sign Giannis and Jokic to bigger deals, they would, right? This is not a matter of the negotiations have put Giannis and Jokic and Luka and Shai below Devin Booker. That's not what's happening here. They're all earning the max amount of money that they are literally legally able to earn. And while some people might say, well, Eric, how are you going to build around a team with one player making that much money? A, the cap's going to go up. B, it's not a problem building around one max player. It's a problem building around 3, right? You can usually get away with 2. Hell, with the Pacers, you had one superstar and one good player, high-level good player, low-level star, and Pascal Siakam, and you saw them get to the finals. Who was the second superstar on the Oklahoma City Thunder? Yeah, it was Jalen Williams, who was still on his rookie deal. You don't think the Suns know that, and the Suns are going to try to build cheaply around Devin Booker? See what they did in the post-KD era so far? You are absolutely able to build a winning team around one max player, and by the time that this extension kicks in for Devin Booker, most likely he won't even be the one with the largest AAV. Somebody else will most likely sign a deal for more before then, because that's just how the NBA works. At a certain point, Mike Conley was the highest paid player in NBA history. Then it was Blake Griffin. Then it was Jaylen Brown. Then it was Steph Curry. Like, this just happens. But beyond the fact that Devin Booker has earned this through his on-court play in Phoenix, it's what he means to the fans, it's what he means to the city, it's what he means to the franchise. And don't just take it from me. I'm just one Suns fan. We have another lifelong Suns fan. We have Freckled Mamba, Ayrton, behind the Mac, making all the magic happen. Is this a no-brainer for you to sign this guy, our guy, to a 2-year, $150 million extension?
This is an absolute no-brainer on all accounts. From just a community standpoint, nobody has had a larger impact on the city than Booker has in his 10 years here, which 10 years is insane, being with one team.
Franchise all-time leading scorer, dude.
It's ridiculous. And he's 20, what, going into 27?
He's going into his age 29 season.
Yeah,
He's not even 30 yet, and the way that NBA careers are progressing, you can probably say realistically you have another 6-7 years of him, right? And he's not even at his best, you would think, because right around now is when he hits his peak. And even despite the circumstances that he was in the last couple of years, where you could say last year he took a step back, especially defensively, you look about what's around him and who was coaching, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, Devin Booker's going to struggle on defense when he's not insulated on defense. And I know a lot of Suns fans share what Ayrton feels. They share what I feel, but I think there are some that have these doubts and they have these worries. And maybe you're a Suns fan that falls into the category of, I want to trade Devin Booker and go full on rebuild. Now, I would be lying to you if I did not say that I saw where you were coming from an outside perspective, right? When you look at the NBA, towing that middle ground sometimes doesn't always work. You see the Oklahoma City Thunder, who completely tore it down, and they find themselves in the NBA Finals, and it's like this enticing sense of trading somebody for a massive haul, just like the Thunder traded Paul George for, yes, their eventual MVP and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but a hell of a lot of draft picks as well. And I understand why that would be enticing, and I understand that that might be, in a vacuum, a viable solution for the Phoenix Suns to get back to contention eventually. Like, I'm not trying to discredit that line of thinking, because from an NBA standpoint, there is certainly a path to completely bottoming out and getting back. But OKC is really the first team to do that. Look at the process Sixers. They completely bottomed out. Their peak, I don't even think they made a conference finals. They haven't made a conference finals. Joel Embiid hasn't made a conference finals. That's the whole joke with Joel Embiid, right? And what about the other teams that have done it so far, right? Washington Wizards, I like what the Wizards are doing. They're setting up to have a lot of cap space. They have good young players. Reality is they still haven't made the playoffs. Look at the Brooklyn Nets, right? They bottom out after, trading Kevin Durant and James Harden and Kyrie Irving's off the team, and they're still bottoming out. That process is still going, and they had 5 first-round picks. And guess what? Nobody liked their draft. Everybody thought their draft sucked. So I understand why you would think that a viable option is that, but to act like it is a promised reality that trading Devin Booker and getting him off your team equals this easy path to a rebuild. And these are the same people that doubt this front office too, which I still have my doubts despite the last 2 weeks and what they've done there. And even if you are in that camp, let's say that I can't convince you, right? I can't pull you back from trade Devin Booker. Maybe you're not a Suns fan. Maybe you are a Suns fan. And by the way, wanting to trade Devin Booker does not make you less of a Suns fan. I don't think that you share the same opinion as a majority of the fan base, but at your root cause, you want the team to succeed. And that's okay. And I understand that. Like, I want you to know that. But even if you are in that camp, you should still be 100% on board with giving Devin Booker his extension, because you just got in a situation with Kevin Durant where you traded him with 1 year left on his contract. And guess what? The reason why the return for Kevin Durant was not what you wanted it to be, and maybe you could have gotten a better return from somewhere that he didn't go, is because he essentially had his own version of a no-trade clause and saying, I'm not going to a team because I'm not going to extend with them. I don't want to play there. Because he only had 1 year left. And if you're a team, you're not going to give up this massive haul for a 1 year rental of Kevin Durant. That's not how this works. Now, maybe you go the Toronto Raptors route and you say, oh, well, we'll take a shot on 1 year and one guy, right? But that's a very rare situation. And I guarantee you franchises are not going to do that and bank on winning championships off of that. Like, that was like a miraculous one of one. It all comes together and lines up for the Phoenix Suns or for the Toronto Raptors. Not the Phoenix Suns. No championship there yet. But if you want to trade Devin Booker, having him under contract, let's say he demands a trade, franchise demands a trade. These are two things that I don't think will happen. I don't want to happen, but I said the same thing about Dame 5 years ago, right? So it's the NBA. Anything is on the table. If you want that, you need to have the most years under contract. And I promise you, if Devin Booker hit the open market and they said $75 million annual average for an extension, like you can get the contract he's on now plus the extension, a bunch of NBA teams are lining up. I can't imagine another NBA team that doesn't do that, Ayrton. Like, this is not a situation where only the Phoenix Suns would pay Devin Booker. Everybody would pay Devin Booker. People respect Devin Booker. And beyond the on-court contributions, your franchise all-time leading scorer, he can average 39 and 5 on a playoff team. He put up Michael Jordan numbers in the playoffs just 2 playoffs ago. Like, he led your team to the finals. And fact, had back-to-back 40 balls in the finals, had a triple-double in the Western Conference Finals before that, broke his record for single game threes made a couple rounds before that, a notorious playoff riser, even though the teams have not been successful or in the playoffs the last couple of years. Beyond all of that, what he means to the franchise, the ticket sales, the promotions, like Ayrton said, the people, right? Like, if you get rid of Devin Booker, the next big star that comes in here will not feel safe. Why would they? Why would anybody in Portland right now, let's say Shaedon Sharpe plays there for 10 years, and 10 years in, Shaedon Sharpe is a Portland Trailblazers legend. You don't think Shaedon Sharpe's in the back of his mind going to be worried that they traded Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks? A place that he didn't even want to go to? The only realistic situation that you trade Devin Booker or you don't extend Devin Booker is if Devin Booker walks up to you and says, I don't want that. And those are two things that I am 99.99999999999% sure will not happen at all. Something massive would have to change for Devin Booker to not want to be here. He's been through some crap. The lowest of the lows, and he's been with you throughout it all. And I think he values being here, and honestly, I think he knows that he can win here. Is Damian Lillard in a better position to win right now? No. Was he when he went to Milwaukee? In theory. Did he get there? No. Guess what? Just got stretched and waived after tearing his Achilles after coming back from blood clots to play in the playoffs. Devin Booker doesn't want that. Suns fans don't want that. It's a win-win-win-win scenario, even if you want him off the team eventually. It's the easiest no-brainer of all time, but let us know what you think down in the comments below. Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe to PHNX Sports. If you're listening to this on the 4th of July, hope you're celebrating safely. Of course, we will not have a live show today, but we will have more coverage for you over the weekend. A film session on Rasheer Fleming going out on Saturday, an interview about Kobe Bryant going out on Sunday. And if you're not a diehard yet, become a diehard today. Our intro offer is still going on, $36. And guess what? You'll get extra diehard content, not just from the film session, but also from that interview that's going out Sunday as well. Plus access to our diehard Discord, a free shirt or a free hat when you sign up, all of Gerald's article, an ad-free experience on our website, and a 28% discount to all of our live events. Ayrton, you just jumped into the Discord. It's a pretty fun time, isn't it?
This is where the psychos and sickos are.
Oh, the psychos and sickos unite on the daily, on the hourly, basically every minute in there. So make sure you tap in there. And again, you can let us know what you think about your take on Devin Booker. Like, you can tag me at ERIKRUBY. You can follow the show at PHNX_Suns, or you can go heckle Freckled Mamba at Freckled Mamba. We'll be back next week with more live shows, more coverage of everything that you need, and in between, as we wait for a Bradley Beal resolution, we wait for Devin Booker to sign his contract extension, and guess what? Summer League at the end of next week, it's getting started. We'll have you covered there right here on PHNX Suns and PHNX Sports. Don't go anywhere.
We all silly like the mayor.